Hello, true art believers, and welcome to today's live stream. I am Pierson, or this is Pierson. I am Pierson. This is Pierson. I am the #1 live art streamer in the world, and you are watching day 199 of 200 Days of Drawing. We're just kicking through these. I can't believe it. I'm just like, I had like a brief pause for a second, just realizing that I've done almost $200. $200. I've almost made $200 today. No, I almost made almost that I've done 200 of these in a row, and this is unfathomable to me. Like that's a lot of work, and I'm very excited that I was able to do it. So I'm quite proud of this achievement. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this today at this live stream. I hope you enjoyed the drawing process, and let's begin today. Welcome, friends. Welcome, true art believers. I hope you are doing well today. Let's begin with a background, a simple little background here. We're gonna go with a bluish tint. Yeah, that blue. I think we went through I think we used a blue, last time I used what was it? It was a darker blue or a different blue, but we're going to do this blue because it's really close to the teal. And now we're going to start off by doing, let's see here. Like before, I'm going to start by doing the pot, because this is something I just now started doing. And it's a funny that I just started doing it at the very last batch of these cactus drawings is to do the pot first. And I already know, I'm noticing that it's causing a difference in the shape of the pot generally. I'm not really doing a strong perspective here. That's fine. It's not even that good. All right. And what I do is I make like an X in here, or kind of like an X, and then I imagine where the cactus stands in regard to that X. So we're going to do something like this. And then we're going to zoom out. We're going to move this down to lower. And then we're going to press B. I don't know if I like it, actually. Yeah, I don't know if I like it. I think I like the other way. Yeah, I think I like the other way more. Simply because I've done so many the other way that it's like second nature to me now, and like trying to do a different approach with my cactus drawing has really kind of thrown me off here. There we go. And what color did we use last time? Let's just do like a oops. We're gonna do this opaque brush here. Oh yeah. Yeah, do something like this. Get that there. Press E for eraser. Make the brush bigger than a thimble here. Right? And we're gonna kind of do this. Kind of do this. Then we're gonna do this. And now we're gonna erase the remainder here. Like this. Just erase all the remaining colors here. Gotta get this darn icon on my way. That is so annoying. They have my what is it, like your workspace? I guess that's what they call it. In the way. Yeah, so I have the workspace in the way, and it's kind of annoying. It's just annoying today. Everything's annoying to me. So I don't know if I like this methodology that where I use I create the pot first, because I'm finding I like doing the cactus first and then a pot second, because then I have like this like this exaggerated perspective. And when I do the pot first, I typically kind of make the pot a little bit more sound perspective. It doesn't have that weird irregular shape or as irregular. Um, and I kind of miss it. But I'm gonna do it for the last few drawings here and see how I like it. I'm noticing when I do the pot first, I typically I just draw the cactus a little large, you know, and that's just when you're doing a new thing. You're trying to explore a new method, and this new method is quite significant because it's a big jump with how I've been doing the cactuses up up until now, which has been very it's been the same throughout, and now I kind of changed the script a little bit, and because I changed the script a little bit, it's making things not difficult, but it is kind of changing the way I approach things, and I'm trying to be mindful of that, like really mindful. And so that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm trying to be mindful of that, and let's get the outline out. All right, we need to go down a little bit. Yeah, something like that. Okay, I think I could deal with that. I don't know. Maybe I can't. We'll just leave it like that. Whatever. Cactus. I gotta zoom out here. I'm having issues. Having deep issues. But so this new method, don't know if I like it. I really don't know. I'm struggling to kind of like rationalize the process. So I'm like, is this the right way that I'm going about it? And I don't know. I don't think I just don't think. Look how loose I'm making it. I'm like playing with the forms here. I want those shapes to look like that. I'm gonna make it go up like that. So I'm not trying to be I'm keeping it loose with the forms because I think it makes for a better cactus drawing when you have like these irregular shapes on the sides here. It just feels more like what a cactus would do, even though I'm kind of doing like I'm doing like a cartoonish style cactus. So and that's fine too. But sometimes when I do these, I get a little too rigid for liking. All right, so now we gotta do the background. We're gonna lock the pixels here. We're gonna lock the pixels here. What color do I want to use? Let's do this. Kind of do like, oh, I did not lock the pixels. There we go. This is what I've been. Let's do something like I've been doing like curve. Oh, oh, we don't need to be doing that. Just zooming out like ah. Oh, great. Yeah, something like this. Okay, something like that. I got to have the right. It's got to have the right, like, what is it? Just the right something. And something else for good measure. Kind of like that, but it's got to be it's got to be like this. There you go. And then one last thing, like a really, really dark red right here. Yeah, we'll do that. Woo, that's pretty. I'll leave it like that. I say it's pretty, and then all of a sudden I don't like it. All right, we'll see what happens. Okay, we got our background color locked and loaded. We're at 12 minutes. We're running a little bit behind, but that's fine. You know, hopefully I can make up for it in this, in the pot and in all the other items. We'll see what happens. You know, I'm known to kind of really dial it in here because I have kind of a method that I do this. I kind of like I make the front of the pot a little bit darker, and then I make the back a little bit like lighter, maybe a little bit lighter right here, even so. And then the front, I do this the same thing here. Is I make this pot right here, this area lighter, and I go a little bit darker in the front as well, kind of darken it up here. You know, kind of darken it, and then I get a little bit lighter at the edge, something like that. Maybe don't want that. Something darken this. Oh, great. There we go. All right, now time to start working on this layer here. Make this dark, and then erase the remainder. You know, let's get this out of here. Too much erasing, and then press B. We're gonna do an even brighter tone for like the top. There we go, something like this. All right, we're getting there. We're making some good time. I think I'm making good time. I don't know. I don't know if I'm making good time. I think I am, so I am. If I say I think I am, then I probably am. Not really. Let me get the eraser. The eraser. And we're kind of clean up this area a little bit. One more layer. And this is where I kind of do a few, just kind of play around a little bit. Kind of do this a little bit darker right here. All right, time for the fun part that I really like, which is adding right tones. So, ooh, what layer is this? And we're gonna do like come on, there we go. So I'm using some of the dark red here, and then I'm adding some of the lighter yellow here, teal. Probably put some of the purple on this area right here, maybe a little bit of purple here, and then call it a day. Yeah, we'll call it a day. There we go. Now, let's see, 17 minutes. Still not making good time. I'm really not. I'm doing pretty bad actually. Yeah, it's just one of those days. Starting a new style, like very far in. Not even a new style, just like reversing the approach is causing like havoc that I did not see coming. I did not expect like that type of challenge. And we're gonna add some now we're gonna add we'll leave it like that. Yeah, we'll leave it like that, okay? You know what? Here's what's happened in this past, let's see here, what layer this is. What layer are these? So now what's happening here is I'm getting like super micro. I don't like it. I don't like it. We're gonna leave it like this. At 19 minutes, gosh. Yeah. So I started doing this whole new thing, and now I'm suffering for it to some extent. Let's see here. We're just gonna lock that layer and let's finish the sand. Yeah, I'm suffering for it because I decided to do a whole new like approach to all this, and I just can't seem to find like the formula that I like. And I want to introduce the cast shadow over the pot, but part of me wants to leave it like this. Um, Maybe if I just do something like this, where it's just kind of like a little simple tone. I think I can handle that. Maybe a little bit darker than that, like a little bit like something like this. I think something like that. So Yeah, we'll do it like that. Okay, I think that's my best solution to that. Okay, now we're gonna press Shift, merge down, lock that layer. Now we're still working on the sand. I'm way behind here, fellas. I was trying to do something new and I was trying to be fancy with it, and all of a sudden it's just kind of biting me. It's just kind of biting me in the. It's just like, hey, don't do this. It's not a good idea, dude. Don't do it. We're just trying to play around the sand here. Amazing how when you try a new thing, like you literally try a new thing, how it throws off the like circadian rhythm of the rest of the drawing. And so that's what I feel is happening is like I tried something a little bit new and it's throwing me off. Like it's throwing off the process. It threw off the process, and now I'm kind of like, because of that, everything's slower than normal. And I think I don't know if I'm only going to do it for one more day, but like, it's just very, very, very astounding that this is the case for me, is that to have these type of problems arise at such a late part of the drawing. Ooh, no, part of the drawing experience, because I would like to think that I really dialed in this process, but apparently I only know it. Only know it like in theory, because I'm quite astounded that I'm just quite astounded that I'm having some of these problems, because I thought these I thought that this thing that I was doing, or this new stuff that I was doing, is like, easy peasy. I thought it was going to be like just another day in paradise. I thought it was just going to be one of those things that I've already done before. I thought it was going to be nothing. I didn't think it was going to mean I'd be struggling um, with the process, but apparently it's more of a big deal than I wanted to take into consideration, or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe because I'm so used to doing the same thing over and over again, the mere fact that I changed the methodology is causing problems, and it could be I'm just not skilled enough to kind of be to be more effective at it. So I'm kind of just playing. I'm playing around with this. This is one of the newer things I've been doing lately, and it's been a process that I've been kind of dialing in. So this process actually works really well. The other one, not so much. I'm still tweaking it. I'm getting a little bit better. So there's room to grow. But this process is it's more effective. I've really dialed it in. At least I think I have. All right, so I like to do really, really loose strokes here. I'm gonna make this really dark here. Make this really dark. Make this really dark. Really loose strokes here. Really, really strokes. Kind of just scribble, 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 scribble. Some areas dark. We're gonna make this even darker on this side because it's all in cast shadow, really. And then we're gonna go in. We're gonna go lighter, and we're gonna shrink down the size to like 60. Add another layer. It's kind of going to do the same thing. Going to scribble, 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 and then I'll eventually tighten it up. But right now I'm scribbling. Just let me scribble. Have fun with it, and we'll get a little bit more micro the farther along the drawing goes. But right now I'm trying to be really loose with it. I feel that when I do that, it really loosens me up to the process, and it takes away from the tight like line work that I'm not really used to it, but it definitely when I start going in this mode, it frees me from that burden of having to do, oh, we got to have this so and so, you know. And so that's helpful. So now slowing down a little bit, just slowing down a little bit and tightening up these forms with a lighter tone. Not like super slow, but definitely just slowing down. Look at that. So still maintaining a really slow, loose flow. And this is something that I've been that's kind of arised out of this process is like this really loose and fluid like motion. It's more I feel like it's makes the drawing fun, more enjoyable for me. And so we're just gonna do the same kind of treat it like this and just make it brighter and brighter with each layer. And notice that I have it zoomed in and I shrink the brush tip just a little bit. Another thing I've been trying to do, which I've been notoriously bad at doing, is staying at the same picture frame. Because what happens is I tend to zoom in all the time. Like I have this notion psychologically to zoom in so I can get these details in. You know, like I got to get the details. I got to get those details. And then what I find is like it really doesn't matter. So I'm trying to force myself, and I'm by talking about it, by talking about how I'm keeping these, keeping the picture zoomed out. I think it makes it reestablishes that mind connection. You know, reestablish that mind connection. And now I'm just kind of adding a highlight, not super highlight, but just a highlight, probably the brightest area, not the bright, well, one of the brighter. And we're gonna go and after this, I think after this layer is the time where I zoom in a little bit and I kind of tighten up these forms a little bit. Although I could probably say that this is looking pretty good where it stands, but I want to kind of go and zoom in because I've been doing that for a while now, and I want to see um, if that I want to see if that's what I want to do. And so we're gonna make one more layer on top of this, and this is where I kind of push the tone a little bit. Yeah, this is gonna be a 40-minute drawing. I didn't mean for that to happen. So now I zoom in, take this tone, and I kind of blend these things together a little bit more. You know, I blend them, make sure like this area gets really, really dark. I want it to be darker. And so I go a little bit slower on this process. Like I go a lot slower. So I'm making this dark. So I'm making this dark right here. All right. Let's see. I got to get out of the way. So all I'm doing now is just kind of trying to add like a subtle fade with the dark tones, and then I'm going to kind of blend in a little bit more with the other tones, just a little bit. I like contrast, and if you notice at the very beginning when I first started these drawings, I was doing like these super hyper saturated cactuses, and then they're super hyper saturated, but the tones were much more vivid. Like I didn't really do a lot of dark cactuses, and then as I did more and more of them, the contrast started getting higher and higher, and I just felt that I liked doing it that way. It was more enjoyable for me to kind of do cactuses that had that kind of darker like tone on them, and so that's what I've been doing lately. Is just been doing these darker cactus tones, and it's been very enjoyable to see happen. I enjoyed the process, and I like how the outcomes are, how they look. So I just kept doing it. And what's really interesting with this one particularly, it's got more like a painterly feel to it. Like it just feels more raw. It's got like it's got something. I can't explain it other than it feels like it's a step above my other ones in this regard because it's got this like really, what would you call it? It's just got more of a a rougher like appeal to it, and I kind of like that. I like the toothy marks here. Um, Normally the other ones I've always tried to kind of like not blend the tones, but I did a lot more like color testing to kind of blend the tones better. But I think this feels more me. At least right now it does. I could be wrong in a day. I'd be like, I don't like this. That has happened. I have from time to time be like, what was I thinking? And then sometimes I was like, what was I thinking? I thought this was good. Or other times like I thought this was bad, and then the next day I look at it, it's like this is pretty good. Good job. I think that happens to a lot of us though. It's like when we do a drawing, we're like, this is not that good. And then all of a sudden you look at it, you're like, this is not that bad. You know? I'm gonna add a little bit of a highlight on this side here. Something like this maybe. And right here add like a lighter tone. Like maybe even lighter than that. Like a highlight, like reflective light on the bottom. And I think that is it. Now the last thing I do here is I do some tones that kind of blend in with the background. So there's going to be, let's say I'm going to use like tealish tones in the shadows. So I'm going to put some tealish tones in the shadows here. I'm just going to put some tealish tones here. Just a little bit, not a lot. Just kind of overlay it in areas of darkness, like these dark tones here. Just add a little bit of teal. There's some teal here, a little bit of the teal here. And what this does is it makes it feel like the background is part of the foreground. So like you get this feeling like, oh, now it really does feel like that the shadows and this cactus is existing in this world that is that weird shape in the background. So it relates the background colors a little bit. So that's something I've been doing recently, and I've been thinking I think it works pretty well. Same thing for like this. I typically add like a little bit of Not a lot. I'll add like a halation tone right here. It's a little bit of that like light teal here. Maybe do some here. Not a lot. Some on the highlights here. A little bit like it's an echo. Creating like it's an echo of tone. There we go. And then here we do the same, but only for red. So we're gonna do red. So add a little bit of red here. Not a lot. See, I'm not doing a lot, not doing much, just a little bit to kind of unify the piece, kind of make it a little bit more like connected to the background. And we'll do some yellow as well. Just a little bit of yellow, like a little bit of yellow here. And then maybe a little bit of yellow right here. And this is where I kind of color test. So I do a lot of color testing. Right? And I think that's it. Wait, we didn't go this on this side. So we're going to go over this side and do some teal here. Maybe do some dark teal on this area, to some extent. And then do some more teal on this side. And like a darker teal right here. And then maybe on the highlight right here, I'll do a small like market teal here. There we go. So something like that, where I just do small little touches there, and I like it. You know, it had its troubles. So now what we got to do is we got to do the oh man, this is taking a lot longer than I thought it was. I was hoping I was going to get this drawing done and over with real soon. I did not expect complications. I was like, this is going to be easy, folks. I'm going to be done in no time. I got this drawing style down pat. I know what I'm doing. And I start doing something new. Like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. So we're going to add some thorns here. So a few more minutes and I'll be out of here. And I'll be done. So I think a few more minutes. I'm almost like 5 more minutes and I will be done, I think. I think that's going to be about it. I am noticing that I'm red knuckling the stylus as I'm doing my thorns. I've had trouble with this in the past where near the end I struggle putting thorns because I've had trouble with it because in the past I would just do these random thorns and they just look just bad, you know? And so to kind of mitigate that, I would really grip the stylus and just go slow. But oftentimes it doesn't work as well as you think it would. And I still haven't, after doing almost 100 of these, come up with a way that like a way of doing these thorns that I'm just comfortable with doing. Like I just haven't. I haven't come up with a way. You think it'd be an easy thing to do? It's a really easy thing to do, but it's also really easy to overdo it. And that's what I noticed I was doing in the past. So I was doing some that had like just way too many, and this one might be bordering on that type of mentality or like that like visual aspect where I'm probably putting a little bit too many. Like, and I know it, and that's one of the problems of the things that I've been noticing that I just haven't figured out a strategy yet. And that sounds good. You know, it's just something I haven't been able to formulate, come up with a like strategy. And it sounds simple, you know, like why you struggling with something like thorns? Well, it's, as I said, it's like just easy to go overboard with them. You know, you can just like machine gun it all over. Like if thorns were a nail gun and your stylus was a nail gun, I mean, if your stylus was a nail gun and your thorns were the nails, you'd like, it's really easy to do that. And I still haven't figured out a way that I like. In the past, I'd like bundle them, where I'd kind of like put them in like bundles of 3, and then sometimes I'd zigzag the thorns. This one I'm kind of doing a method where I'm just kind of like lacing them. Like if the thorns were like Christmas tree lights, I'm just kind of um, wrapping them around in like small concentric U's or something like that, you know? And so that's what I'm doing here. All right, let's go in this one. I'm almost done. 199. You got to understand though, like 199. This is like it's like 100 it's it's about 200 hours of content, 200 hours of drawing. But just the cactuses alone are going to be about an hour's worth, 100 hours worth of video that I made in the last 100 days, which is that's mind-boggling. Like, you know, actually, it's not, but it's mind-boggling to me. Again, I'm getting a little bit antsy, a little bit stiff. As you notice, like the thorns in this left hand, left arm, cactus arm, are getting kind of tiny. It's because I'm like I can feel a death grip on my hand, on my thorns, or my pencil, and I don't know why. There's something psychological. I think the reason why I'm doing a death grip is I don't know. I don't know. I think let's see why. What would be the reason for it? Maybe because in the past I've struggled with the thorns, or maybe I make such a big deal out of them because I've had uh, incidences where I did thorns and like I did way too many, and I just can't I can't move on. So a way of me mitigating any like thorn errors I have, I kind of slow down and kind of clinch. It's probably like the hand version of clenching my teeth. So instead of clenching my teeth, I'm clenching the uh, the stylus here and trying to come up with a good amount of thorns. All right, zoom out, and that's it. Let's call it a day. Signature it. Get it out of here. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Let's do a yellow. Let me shake my hand for a second. Shake it. Shake it. Oh gosh. That's what happens when you draw so much. You start getting like I'm getting like a little bit of carpal tunnel, I guess. Partially because I'm clenching the stylus and I need to stop that. So we're gonna go P 21 21 21. Let's see here. 199 1999. Oh my gosh. Uh, out of 2. So this is how bad I am. I want the perfect 2. All right, one more. I'm gonna try to 0. All right, that is that, friends. Whoosh! Yeah, bro. I am so excited. Oh, 199 days. Oh, it's so exciting. I don't want like, oh gosh. Oh gosh. When I get 200 days done, I'm going to like Sometimes I want to cry a little bit. It's emotional. It's an emotional event because it means I've done something big. Anyways, 199 completed. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you are not already subscribed, I am the #1 live art streamer in the world. This is Pierson. I hope you have a wonderful day. Happy Monday, bros. Take care, true art believers. Cheers.